Hey guys, today's task is going to be figuring out my garden bed layouts using the square foot gardening method as a base. I might change some stuff up, I'm not sure yet. But I've collected all the seeds that I want to try to grow this year. Some of them are pretty old, some of them are not. I will just have to plant thickly on the ones that are old. And I've gone ahead and written those down, and I've got all the varieties here, the kind of base categories that they are, and then whether or not they need a T-post or a trellis, if they're gonna go in the main yard bed or my patio garden beds. And I've tried to make a little legend for myself here. I have a couple that are gonna be like a tray or a barrel, if I end up doing the purple potatoes, I'm not sure yet. And I still need my sweet pepper seed. That's the only one I'm waiting on. The dragon fruit, I've tried to grow so many times, and I keep killing them. They get like a ½ inch tall and then I kill them. So I'm gonna try those again. We'll see how it goes. And then I've got the square footage of my beds right here. So the patio beds are 24 and then 16 square feet, and the yard bed is about 10, I think. So now I just need to figure out what should go in what bed according to how much room they would need, based on the square foot method. And mathing is hard for me, apparently, so is laying out directions, and so that was a mess up. Don't look at that part. But I've got my basic categories and then the number of square foot needed or the space in between them. And so I've only done a couple here so far. Then I wanted to show you guys how that looks in the book. Sorry, the camera might be a little wobbly right here. I have it marked, I promise. Okay, there it is. So in this section, kind of towards the end of the book, this is an old edition, obviously, right? There are newer ones. I'm not sure how the newer ones are set up. But back here, they have the categories for different vegetables in particular. And so I'm going to skip ahead because I'm not growing beets because they're nasty. I'm sorry if you love beets. I can't stand them. But I will have carrots, and I already got those. So we're going to move on. And I've got the cucumbers already. No eggplant. What's that one? Oh, lettuce. Okay, here we go. So lettuce is going to be spacing 4 plants per square. And on the little diagram here, it looks like they go 6 inches apart. I'm glad he has the diagram and this because, my brain for sure needs both of those. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down. So lettuce was 4 per square, and they are 6 inches apart. The cukes are 2 per square and 6 inches apart because there's just one in the middle and one in the middle. They don't do like this, which is interesting and confuses me, so I'll have to look at that again later. But my cukes are probably going to go in a row anyway, so I'll probably just put them 6 inches apart in a row. Let's see. Onions. Now, my onions are green onions, which I think might be able to go closer than this. Yeah, but we'll start with this as a base. So we'll say 16 per square and 3 inches apart. Blah, 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 blah. Did I forget my onions? No, there they are. All right, so 16 per square and 3 inches apart. The mosquitoes are so bad right now. Leave it to me to try to film when the sun's going down. All right, so then no parsley, no peas. Peppers, 1 plant per square. Yeah, that's what I thought. And they turn into lettuce. So 1 plant per square of a pepper. And that's 12 inches apart, Nikki. 12 inches apart. Okay, cool. And I just want to get a couple more of these because the poppies and marigolds have that information on the packets. I mean, I think all of them do, but yeah. Sorry, I confused myself. That's radishes, spinach, summer squash we have. That one, so I am growing them upright, so I'm going to count them as a vine squash, kinda. Wait. Just kidding. I only have 2 of them, and I put them 18 inches apart, so not a square foot. So we're just going to cross that out and just say 2 plants, 18 inches apart, because I know that from just growing them before. And same with my tomatoes. Same there. I'll see what they are in this though to show you guys. He has them normally, the vine types are 3 per trench. Bush types would be 1 per 3 foot by 3 foot space. I mean, if you've grown zucchini or other summer squash before, you know they just get absolutely gigantic. So winter squash, again, you have just 2 of them for a 4-foot trench. So they're like 2 feet apart. I tend to grow mine at like 18 inches apart. But I'm not doing winter squash. Kinda, the winter melon counts if I can get those to germinate. There we go, tomatoes. So they are the vine type, 1 plant per square. So they have those 2 foot apart. And this is another one that I've always grown 18 inches apart, but it's nice to see it laid out here. So yeah, I'll keep that at 18 inches. Okay, and then that's all they have listed in there. And so I'll just have to determine the spacing on these. I think these will probably be 18 apart if I'm going to let them sprawl. Nope, just kidding. It's so hard to think when the camera's on. So I'm going to go ahead and do these, and then I'll show them to you guys next time so you don't have to sit here and watch me try to math all of these from the seed packets and stuff. But I do have here that I wanted to show you is my layout, the correct one. And so I have my south over here because these beds are all laying this way. And so my yard bed and my patio bed both will be with the majority of it facing south and open to the sun. I do have a giant bamboo plant that's right here, takes up a chunk of that. This bed is mostly in the shade except for the afternoon sun, and I live in a really hot climate, so that's not ideal. And there's grapevines all along this side that kind of tend to sprawl and take over this area, so I'm not really sure how that part is going to work out yet, to be honest. But I want to put the tomatoes over here and the summer squash right here, or probably more like that. And so I'm thinking a summer squash, a tomato, kind of like that for that bed. And that will kind of just take over the thing. And so I want to keep in mind that the sun is going to be strongest right here and right here. And that the bamboo casts a shadow kind of on this area for a lot of the day. And so I think I'll probably concentrate my lettuces over here. And apparently I have more thinking to do than I realized. Because I'm not sure which of my plants now do I want where, other than the tomatoes and squash. So we can check those off. But all the rest of these, I have to figure out what I'm going to do with them, especially the winter melon, because those are gigantic. The poppies will get tucked in wherever. The marigolds will get tucked in wherever. That's a really small variety. I think they only get like 12 inches high. My green onions and basil, those two, those are pretty easy. It's my lettuces, my peppers, and then the vine, and then most definitely that one. The carrots might end up going in a pot. Anyway, I'm sorry, this was very scattered. I thought I had it under control. I'd done like all this work before starting filming, but apparently it wasn't enough. So my brain is a little fried. I'm sure you guys understand that feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and go for today, and then tomorrow I guess I will try to really nail down where I'm going to put everything. All right, until next time.